Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see SC-200 Microsoft Security Operation Analyst Lab 20, in which we will go through threat hunting in Microsoft Sentinel. Well, as security analysts and investigators, you want to be proactive about looking for security threats. But your various systems and security appliances generate mountains of data that can be difficult to parse and filter into meaningful events. So the Sentinel comes with a powerful hunting search and query tools to hunt for security threat across the infrastructure, across the organization from which data is being ingested to our Sentinel environment. This will help our security analyst to look proactively for new anomalies that were not detected by security apps. So Microsoft Sentinel has built-in hunting queries that will help us to find issues in the data that you already have in your network. So there are built-in query provides data about the most uncommon processes running on inside your environment. I do not want an alert every time, but I would have to make sure that this is something that is not creating any problem in my environment. So let me just quickly log on to the portal and use built-in queries which my threat hunting dashboard provides, which are ready-made queries examples, which are designed to get us started and maybe get us familiar with the tables and the query language. So I am logged on to the portal. Okay, for all of you who don't know, you go onto the portal, click on Microsoft Sentinel, click on the workspace that you have onboarded onto Microsoft Sentinel, click on Hunting under Threat Management. Okay, here you see total queries which are available to you or available to us, which are developed by Microsoft, and these are continuously being looked upon by Microsoft researchers. They are working for us to add new queries and fine-tune the existing queries to have an entry point to look for the new detections. Okay, so we can use queries before the incident has occurred, or during a compromise, or after a compromise. Let's say if we want to just do proactive hunting, so we will make sure that we'll take proactive action by running any threat hunting queries related to the data we are ingesting into the workspace, maybe once or twice a week. So if I run all the queries, it will run all the queries that are available to us by default from Microsoft. See, result count, queries run, it is increasing here, right? 0 out of 15, 18, 19. Same way it will run all the queries. So total queries are 211, but active are 155. You might want to click and see why the total number of queries differs from the active. Okay, let this run. I'll pause and come back. And now if you will, after running those queries, the built-in queries, we can look for the hunting dashboard. It will enable us to run all the queries or a selected subset in a single selection. Same way, you have to go to hunting under Microsoft Sentinel. All right. Now, if you will see the queries that have been run, I have to run all the queries again because I disconnected this session in between. But when it's running all the queries, right? So each query provides a description of what it hunts for and what kind of data it runs on. So these queries are grouped by their MITRE attack tactics. If you see the icons on the right for each and every query, it categorizes the type of threat, such as initial access, persistence, exfiltration, and then it shows you the techniques as well, which describe the specific behavior identified by the specific query. So if you want to use the hunting dashboard to identify where to start hunting by looking at result count, spikes, or the change in result cover over a 24-hour period. So it's pretty fast. It will run in no time. So if I just scroll down, these are the queries here. So if I just click on a specific query, show you the description. So this is change made to AWS IAM policy. It says identity and access management securely manages this. This query looks for when an API call is made to change an IAM, particularly those related to new policies being attached to user and role. So if you have worked on AWS side of IAM, then you would see there are some policies that you assign to every group in which there are users added. So this will gather the data around those areas. Same way you can see different queries as well. This is the query and this is the tactics. Persistence is any access, action or configuration change to a system that gives an advisory or persistent. So this is create account technique. If you will click on it, it will take you to the MITRE ATT&CK site, which points it to the specific technique that this type of query hunts for in the data that is pulled by running this query. Okay. So these are query, and if you want to run a specific query, you can select that particular query, scroll down, and then you can run that query over the data that is being pulled into your Sentinel workspace. And then if you want to, write a custom query, and then you can click on the view results after running that query. If there are any result, it will show you here in the results tab. You can identify spikes in the data through filtering of result data or result data percentage. You can view queries mapped to the MITRE ATT&CK tactic. And now you can create a custom hunting query as well. So this will pull out the data. Let me open up a duplicate tab and then I'll show you how to create a custom hunting query. It is opening up. I'll go back to Sentinel. I'll exit out of this page. I'll click on hunting and you see an option of new query. You click on here. You type in the name of a query. I will name it test. Description, you can add description. You can add a custom query as well. And you will create a custom query by typing anything. You can see the security event where not the resource ID, will go for event ID is equal to 4668 or any ID you can specify. It will go to the next line and then you will add a where clause again, where the subject account does not has you can add anything which suits your requirement. I'll add this for testing purposes. Right, so when you do the entry mapping for entity type, you can select any. I'm going for host. It will ask you to add an identifier value, Azure ID, where value you can have anything. You can have host identifier is your Azure ID. value, or you can add a new entity as well. Right here. And then if you want to clone and modify an existing query, you can also do that as well. So if I exit out of it, and to modify an existing query, and please make a note that only queries that from a custom content source can be edited. If you would like to edit this query, right, all the built-in queries, you will not be able to do that. You can only modify an existing custom query. You will not be able to modify a built-in query. Okay, I hope this was informative for all of you guys. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.